Good evening. My name is Sivanandini. My metric number is 822805994. I would like to explain about first question. The first question is, what is the consumer price index? How is it different from the GDP price index? First of all, we have to know about the meaning of CPI. CPI is a consumer price index, which is measuring the average change over time in the price paid by urban consumers for a market basket of consumer goods and service. The CPI also the price of a variety of goods and service that typical households purchases regularly, such as housing, transportation, and medical care. CPI also indicator of inflation, which is the rate at the which is the general level of price for goods and service is rising. And the example of CPI is set economy policy. The second is GDP. The GDP is gross gross domestic product. GDP also called as a deflator. The meaning of GDP is measuring the overall price level of all goods and service included. The GDP also average price of all goods and service produced domestically, and it is used to adjust nominal GDP to real GDP. The difference between GDP price index and consumer price index is there are three features. First is focus, second is use case, third is basket of goods. The focus CPI is consumer purchase. However, GDP is all final goods and services produced domestically. Use case of CPI is measuring inflation impact on consumers. However, GDP is measuring overall inflation in the economy. And the last is basket of goods. CPI is fixed basket, reflecting typical consumer purchase. However, the GDP is non-fixed basket, consider all final goods and service produced. Thank you.
Hello, madam and my fellow friends. Today I would like to explain about my case study question, which is what is hyperinflation and effects. Okay, hyperinflation is defined as a quick excessive rise in the average price of goods and service over the brief of period of time. Okay, the first effects of hyperinflation is loss of confidence. People become less confident in soundness of the currency and the economy as a whole when there is hyperinflation. A decline in the confidence in monetary system may cause people to hard times, spend money quickly, and unwilling to have cash on hand. Okay, the next effect is redistribution of wealth. People who have fixed salary, savings, or asset value in the local currency may witness of a sharp decline in their actual wealth as a result of hyperinflation. When the actual worth of the obligation decline, adapters can profit. Okay, the third effect is distribution of economic activity. In the hyperinflation climate, business must be deal difficulty in pricing, investing, completing, and transaction. So volatility and also curtain can cause the effect on the economy, resulting decreased investment, fall in the production, and also shortage in supply. Okay, the fourth effect is deterioration of infrastructure. In times of hyperinflation, governments may find difficulty to satisfy their financial obligation, maintain a public service, and also to collect taxes. As a fund to solve these problems, economy issues, public service, infrastructure also may fall. To be concluded, a serious economic phenomena as known as hyperinflation can be destroyed, effects on people's lives, business, and also instability on the entire nation. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Natasha binti Muhammad Nazri. My number matrix is A22A0494. I will continue the question number 3. Alright, for the question, if there is an inflationary expenditure cap of 80 billion and the MPC is 0.75, the change in government should be 4 because we have to find the multiplier first. The formula for multiplier for government is 1 divided by 1 minus MPC. The MPC is 0.75. So 1 divided by 1 minus 0.75. So the answer is 4. But there is more step. We should divide the inflationary expenditure gap with multiplier. So the 80 billion divided by 4. So the answer is 20 billion. Therefore, the government should reduce its expenditure by 20 billion to eliminate the 80 billion inflationary expenditure. So the next question, change in tax. The formula for change in tax is negative MPC divided by 1 minus MPC. So the negative 0.75 divided by 1 minus 0.75. So the answer for multiplier is negative 3. So we should divide the inflationary expenditure gap with multiplier. So 80 billion divided by negative 3. The answer is negative 26.67. The negative sign indicates the tax need to be increased to reduce the inflationary gap. Therefore, the government should increase tax by 26.67 billion to eliminate the 80 billion inflationary expenditure gap. The answer for the C is the change in government and tax are different because the multiplier asserted with each are different. A 20 billion reduction in government expenditure decreased total spending by 80 billion due to the multiplier effect, which is 4. The tax multiplier with an absolute value of negative 3 influences aggregate demand indirectly by changing disposable income affecting consumption. Compared to direct change in government expenditure, tax require a larger adjustment to achieve the same impact. In this case, increasing tax by 26.67 billion reduced the disposable income and consumption, sufficiently to lower total spending by 80 billion. So, to close an 80 billion inflationary gap with an MPC of 0.75, either government expenditure should decrease by 20 billion or tax should increase by 26.767 billion. The variation areas because the tax material is less potent than the government expenditure multiplier. That's it from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nur Amisha binti Saleh and my metric number is A22A0515. I will explain about question 4. Expenditure multiplier K is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus MPC. K is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus 0.80 and K is equal to 5. Change in GDP equal to K multiply tax. Change in tax is equal to change in GDP divided by K. That means 100 divided by 5. And change in tax is $20 billion. Therefore, tax must be reduced by $20 billion to eliminate the recessionary expenditure gap. That's all from me. Thank you.